What is happening, Net? And let's talk about the PlayStation Plus games for the month of March. Now, it's worth pointing out that PlayStation Plus Essential is pretty much the bottom tier of PlayStation Plus, and it's pretty much what Games for Gold was. I don't know if Game for Gold is still around on the Xbox side, but on PlayStation, even at the bottom tier, while we have access to like a small group similar to Game Pass Core, in terms of free games that we have access to, we do get games per month as well that we can keep for as long as we are a Plus member. And if we move away from that Plus membership, we may not be able to actually redeem those games per month, but when you bring your Plus back, then you get those games again. So you're kind of building your own game catalog through the lowest tier of PlayStation Plus. And because I've had PlayStation Plus for so long, I have a massive catalog of Plus games that I've had access to for the longest time, including PS3, PS Vita, and PS4 games, and of course now PS5. That being said, however, PS Plus has increased its price multiple times in order to say that the games are going to be on there are going to be more high quality. And this is what I'm actually going to talk about. There's a reason why I paused the video at this very point. Dragon Age the FAILguard is currently being put onto March's PlayStation Plus. Now, there are games that have launched on PS Plus, but it is usually unusual to see a AAA game from a high-profile publisher, from a massive franchise, to hit PS Plus this quickly. I'm sure this isn't the only time it's happened, but it's certainly a time for it to happen. In fact, when was the release date? That's a good Dragon Age, the FAILguard. Release date was 31st October 2024. So let's say from like pretty much November, December, January, February, and then we have March. So 4 months, and then it hits Plus. That's surprisingly fast, given that, and I don't know if you remember this, earlier on in the year, we did in fact have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which also joined PlayStation Plus for the month of February. So not even a full, okay, here we go, here's a Reddit for it. Not even a full year, Suicide Squad comes to PS Plus Essentials for the month of January 2024. But as if it wasn't already bad enough that, because usually when newer games come to PlayStation Plus, it almost feels like as if people are looking at the game and being like, man, it must not have done well for it to come to PlayStation Plus. Because usually that's the sign of, oh, they want people to, more people to play the game and boost their numbers a little bit. But Dragon Age is an especially special case where somehow, for whatever reason, people think that it did well, despite the fact that when EA was talking about FAILguard, they were saying that they only had 1.5 million active users throughout the life cycle of the game, at least for the last couple of months. Which is an incredibly low number, given that Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition easily hit, if not topped, 2 mil each time within the same time frame that they got the 1.5 mil. And keeping in mind that during that period of time, back like 10 years ago, we didn't have stuff like subscription services. So people didn't count actual subscriptions, people were actually counting the number of sales that were made. The number of players equated to the number of sales. And now with subscription services kind of ruining numbers for gaming companies, it pretty much makes it seem overinflated. And for that reason, I feel like the overinflation is certainly going to pop at some point, because subscription services aren't going to last forever. Also, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, love that game. And Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, again, great game. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's been kind of happening in that space. So yeah, pretty much there's an IGN article here talking about 4 months after launch, Dragon Age the FAILguard headlines PlayStation Plus 2025 lineup. And I think what happened especially in the comment section of this PlayStation Access video, who normally do monthly PlayStation Plus videos to show like, oh, this is, you know, what you're gonna get for Essential, here's what you get for the other tiers. And the comments are just not pulling their punches. In fact, there's some really good stuff in here. So Verdignaz here says Dragon Age did the old straight to DVD move, which I was like, that is very funny, that streaming services are considered as a lesser than product enough to be considered a straight to DVD move, which is funny as hell to see. And again, like I said, when things like newer games come to PlayStation Plus, if they don't drop day one, then it's probably because the game isn't doing particularly well. Dragon Age must have really not sold well. Suicide Squad comes to PS Plus 1 year after its release, or rather maybe like 11 months really. Dragon Age the FAILguard, hold my beer. There's some real good, like, some gold here, to be honest. Dear God, FAILguard must have crashed and burned to be free this quickly. People who paid money for it on PS5 must be pissed. 100% agree. That's pretty fast giveaway of Dragon Age. Dragon Age the FAILguard as a PS Plus freebie already is pretty wild. The game is only 4 months old. Yes, I just looked up, you know, it being 4 months old. FAILguard is already on PS Plus. Looks like a vain attempt to boost up player numbers for FAILguard for the EA quarterly meeting. I think the response to this was actually pretty funny. I think you are onto something, definitely. They've been trying to BS everyone and pretending it's a commercial success, lol. I wouldn't be surprised if what you said is true, is truly the case here. Oof, I can't read today. Artificially boosting those active player counts. Georgie Porgy. Well, joke's on them, I don't have a PS5. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Because, like, with the potential removal of PS4 games from PS Plus next year onwards, I want to say. So the thing is that now they're only going to have PS5 games from 2026 onwards. So it's like funny, I could redeem the game, but I can't play it. So I'm like, that's funny, but also at the same time, I don't know if that's particularly beneficial given PS Plus's moves moving forward. But anyway. Still, also worth mentioning, the other games that are coming to PS Plus are the Cowabunga collection, and there's another game that I actually have, I'm pretty sure. Sonic Colors Ultimate, there you go, yes. I have Sonic Colors Ultimate. I think it's a great game. I feel like every time new games are shown on PS Plus, I already have them, because like I think for Suicide Squad, I have the other two games, Stanley Parable and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I think every game on February's PS Plus I owned. So January I had everything, because I think I got Suicide Squad for like less than $10, I want to say. So all three games I had for January when this was announced. February I owned every game when it was announced, and March I owned Sonic Colors Deluxe, and that's the only one. So I at least got 2 games out of it this time around. But yeah, let's actually look at a few more comments before I kind of end the video there, because this is actually incredibly funny to see. Lamau, Dragon Age FAILguard already. Suicide Squad, then FAILguard. They're really just giving us the unsold leftovers, aren't they? Skull and Bones will win. Oh, okay. I totally forgot about Skull and Bones. Thank goodness I haven't bought it yet. Because I'm waiting for like either a very steep discount or it comes to PS Plus at this point. That's a good point. And you might listen to what I've just said now and think, oh, isn't that the same thing you've been complaining about? Waiting for a game to come to a subscription service before buying it. But the thing is that normally the games that I want are never on PS Plus. And for that reason, I would never have purchased and played Skull and Bones to begin with. So for that reason, it coming to PS Plus kind of doesn't really hurt in any way, shape, or form. But yeah. FAILguard just came out. Ain't no way it's already on PA Plus. That's hilarious. I'm sure that person meant PS Plus. Prediction, BioWare to count free downloads and sales figures. They already have done that. They've already done like the people who are using the EA Play subscription and just using the free trial numbers from there, which is really funny. But yeah, Anyway, that was just a handful of the comments just talking about just how badly FAILguard has failed. So people call it FAILguard, funnily enough. And so it's just really, really funny to see, all things considered, just the perception of what PS Plus is when you put a newly released game versus a day one game. When you day one launch a game, it doesn't have the same, how would I say, negative perception surrounding it. So I just thought it was worth talking about while adding that context in. But with all that being said, however, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below, about FAILguard coming to PS Plus Essentials, which is the monthly free tier, or the monthly tier where people get games for free and is added to a catalog of games that they're able to keep for as long as they're a member. And if they no longer are a member, they can't access those games, but when they jump back in, they do have access then. With all that being said, pretty much games with gold on the PlayStation side. With all that being said though, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year. And with all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.